Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Once again on a Sunday night for the Blazing Pedals TRJKarting.com Arca series. Joining me as always is Terry Foster. Terry, how you doing tonight?
It's hot in Texas, Sam. We've got 34 drivers out here tonight, man. It's going to be a blast once these guys get around Texas.
Yeah, we got 202 laps. We got a fuel run tonight of about 25 to 30 laps here tonight. As always, a wheel spin will determine our competition caution. 4 sets of tires in the pits for these guys. And tonight's race, I'd like to say, is presented by TNA Motorsports Shop Talk on Facebook. You can catch Shop Talk every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. So tonight's race is the TNA Motorsports Shop Talk 303.
Heck yeah, we're proud to sponsor that tonight here at Texas. I think we're actually going to do some more through the season and later on, maybe through the chase and stuff, Sam.
So we're watching these guys go around here and practice, Terry, and noticing Corey Sherman top of the board right now. But as we know, it's hot in Texas. The track's looking a little slick out there tonight, especially in turns 3 and 4.
Yeah, I heard a couple drivers say it's a little tight coming off of 2. Now, also, Sam, this is a transition race, so these drivers will be starting in daylight and the sunshine and ending at nighttime. So I hope these guys got these cars set up the way they want to get through this nighttime.
Yeah, so it's going to start off hot and slick tonight, but once, as Terry said, the sun goes down, the track's going to tighten up for these race cars. And I put it in the chat there. What do you think tonight, Terry? Fuel strategy?
I don't think so, Sam. Not tonight. No, I think it's going to be saving these tires. I think these guys are going to go through the tires pretty quick. I just don't see it happening with the fuel tonight.
Somebody I'd like to point out right now, we're taking a look at her on camera. Amanda Sherman, she's sitting P12 right now. She happen to like Texas, Terry?
As you well know. Yeah, she says she loves Texas sitting there at P12, like Sam says, and I'm hoping to see a good top 10 out of her tonight.
Well, you said you wanted to talk to somebody tonight, Terry. Who do you want to bring up?
Let's bring in the driver of the 17, Mr. Brian Soul Stealer Deeds.
You got him.
Hey, Brian, Terry and Sam, got us?
Yeah, what's up, Terry?
Hey, buddy. Hey, thanks for coming in. I mean, I know I wanted you in here last week, but due to all the changes we made, I had to redo some stuff. So a couple weeks ago, buddy.
You take a back seat. I get it.
I know, buddy.
Whatever. It is what it is. Okay. That's fine.
Hell, you ought to be used to that by now, brother. You're right. So a couple weeks ago, man, you're running second place. Then all of a sudden, your power pack for your steering wheel and your pedals fell off your desk, came unplugged. I gotta know just how upset you was at this.
You can probably ask my teammates in chat.
Well,
I wasn't too happy about it.
Yeah, I don't have where you actually would have finished, because if I'm not mistaken, didn't... Yeah, hell, you had the outside pole, didn't you, on that race?
I don't remember specifically at this point, but yeah, definitely had a good run going. I think if I remember correctly, I think there was maybe a couple of guys with fresh tires coming at the time that happened, so I probably would have been guaranteed a top 5, if not top 3. So yeah, when that happened, I was pretty pissed, and I wasn't exactly sure what happened at first. So I tried like reaching down and trying to like make sure all the plugs were in and everything, and then I accidentally hit the power switch on my where my PC is plugged in, so I shut everything off.
I hear you. Well, let's look at the points real quick. Right now, you're sitting. Actually, you're in 6th, tied with Taylor Butcher Benjamin at 629 points. One good thing last week, you did move up 1 spot. Yet you have not got that win yet this season. Where are you sitting at right now? Right now, you're sitting at 4th fastest. What's your thoughts on this tonight? Are we going to look to see a win out of that 17?
I hope so. Texas is always been one of my better tracks. I usually feel pretty good around here. The setup tonight feels pretty good. It's pretty to my liking, I think. So I jumped in a practice session this afternoon. I put in, I think, like 255 laps. So
Oh, wow. Okay.
it's kind of putting the work. Yeah, I was bored and had nothing better to do with my time. So
Well, just to let you know right now, TVB, right now he's running in 8th place, 8th fastest in practice here. So I think he's the one you're going to be looking for tonight. Or actually, just look for them all. Get that first spot up there and just take it home tonight and lock yourself in. How's that sound?
yeah, we're looking for it. I never really put too much stock into practice times. It never really means much to me. You know, you never know what people are doing. You know, if people were trying to throw down qualifying laps, if people were trying to work on their race pace, you know, doing long runs and such, trying to save tires. So, I mean, you could see somebody down in 15th and all of a sudden qualifying comes around and they grab the pole. So, yeah, practice, I pretty much just focus on myself, you know, focus on what I'm doing and trying to figure out. Then qualifying rolls around and we go from there. But yeah, as far as the points go, yeah, I definitely love to be able to get that win, get a couple of bonus points going into the playoffs. As far as making the playoffs, what would you say? I think I'm sitting at 6th right now, so not to sound cocky or anything, but I think I'm pretty safe as far as actually making it. That's why I was a little offended, honestly, last week watching the broadcast, hearing you talk about why doesn't Dalton move over for his teammate. We don't do that in MFRD. No team orders around here.
I understand that. And after we talked to Dalton about that a little bit, that he explained, that's like, yeah, he's got a point there. So
yeah,
it
did come up, and we did talk about it.
Right.
And I told him basically, no, absolutely not. Don't do that.
Well, I don't ever want to make you pissed off at me or upset or whatever. So I'm just trying to make conversation, buddy.
I was more upset at Sam for giving me the commentator's curse there.
Well,
Me to win.
There you go,
Well,
Sam.
don't worry,
That's
you
on
ain't gonna get it tonight because I didn't pick you tonight.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
Well, we'll get you back down there, man. You guys got about little over 3 minutes left to practice, so good luck tonight, buddy.
I appreciate it.
Driver, the number 17 MFR Racing Designs Ford Mustang. No, Chevy Camaro. But Terry, you know
Yeah.
what we got to do? He's going to love that I messed up his car.
Okay, go ahead.
We got to go ahead and start pre-race ceremonies, and as always, we have Jason Powell with tonight's invocation.
Thank you, Sam and Terry, for all the things that you're doing for us. So let us bow in prayer. Lord, we come to you tonight with a thankful heart. We thank you for all the mercy and the guidance and the strength that you give us. We thank you for giving us another day. We ask you, Lord, to be with us tonight as we race. Help us, Lord, to have fun and be respectful to one another. We thank you, Lord, for giving us another opportunity to come together. And we ask you, Lord, if there's one that doesn't know you and a free pardon of sin, we ask you, Lord, to soften their heart, prick their heart. Help us, Lord, to be a light for you, and so they might come to know you. And help us, Lord, as we go throughout the week, Lord, to try to be a light for you, show people your way, and just go with us, be with our friends and our family. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
All right, thank you, Jason Powell, driver the number 18 for tonight's invocation. And now, ladies and gentlemen, if you could please rise and remove your hats for tonight's national anthem, as always, done by Joshua Rutherford.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's lights last gleaming, whose brush stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, and we are back live. These drivers are getting ready to go qualifying. And Terry, real quick before we get a couple of people out on track, what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and spin our wheel to figure out what our stage caution is.
Say we got what 200 and how many laps you say we had? 303.
No, we had 202, 303 miles. Stage caution tonight, Terry, is going to be on lap 47. So if you want to go let the drivers know, it's going to be lap 47.
Will do.
All right, as we got a few people out on track already, everybody going for that Michael Falk Racing Designs Front Row Award here in MFRD qualifying.
Now, I think I talked about this last week or so. It's not a whole lot of money, but at the end of the season, you know, a couple bucks adds up, as we all know. Let's see who we got out on track so far. It looks like that number 5 right now, Corey Rutherford's out there laying down some time.
Yep, that's who I'm looking at right now. Looks like he's coming out of turns 3 and 4, going to cross the line, finish one of his laps here. Looks like it's going to be good enough for 3rd place.
Good news out of the Rutherford camp. They got their air conditioners fixed, man. Now they got a nice, cool place to race.
Well, that's good, because wasn't Josh and Corey racing in the same room too?
Yeah, they was racing in the same room last week. I'm sure that switched this week. Maybe I'll run down there and ask them here in a little bit. But, yeah, they're racing in the same room, so you know that room is getting hot with the computers and stuff going.
So Corey Rutherford across the line. He's going to go 4th up, but gets bumped down by Chris Legou for 5th quickest, 30.67. 30.67 for Corey Rutherford. And then number 5, Chris Carroll out there. He actually managed to take pole with a 30.33.
So, Sam, something we talked about right before we went live. Hey, let's make our picks now. So, you want to do that real quick while these guys are qualifying?
Sure, actually. We're taking a look at Joshua Rutherford here right now, but my pick has yet to qualify. But I'm going with the number 3 at Corey Sherman. He was looking fast in practice, so I got to take him tonight.
Yeah, I was kind of watching fairly new driver, Trevor Harmon, in that 29. Got him a new sponsor tonight. I was watching him, so I'm going to be pulling for the 29 tonight, Trevor Harmon.
Terry's going with the number 29, Trevor Harmon. Yeah, and he's running a new paint scheme. Like you said, we'll get an eyeball on that later, as he's yet to go out and take his qualifying time. Looks like Brad Collins is out on track right now. Looks like he's stopping on the back straightaway. John Perkins in that number 33 out of the Speed Mafia camp. He's going around, coming out of turns 3 and 4 across the line. Good enough for 3rd quickest for the number 33 with a 30.38. 30.38 for the 33 of John Perkins.
Hey, we got a couple people out there in chat that's taking Paul Ellison tonight, that number 55, although it's a mullet product. Mullet Music Productions and Corey Ruthford both are picking the 55. And you think you would pick yourself, but he is going with the 55 as well. So that's 3 of them going with Paul Ellison tonight.
Aaron Bockover's out there taking his qualifying run. So far, 9th fastest on the board with a 30.48. Let's see if Bockover can do any better here, as he looks like he's going to shut her down. So 9th quickest overall for the 44.
Still got quite a few out there that has not qualified. Mike Hamlin just took his first lap. You got Taylor Butcher, Benjamin Lawson, and Greg Moore. All 3 of them showing on track, but they have not taken a time yet.
Mike Hamlin's going down the back straightaway right now. Looks like he's picking up speed, getting ready to set a lap for his qualifying run. So we'll keep the camera on him. Ooh, getting the grass a little bit there for the number 15. Across the line. Good enough for 6th place for the 30.42. 30.42 for the number 15. Sounds like he shut that race car off. He's going to be happy with that lap. We look at the number 63 of Brad Lawson out there.
Brad Lawson right there next to that. Going into the turn right now. That's a sharp looking car. Is that black or is that like a silver?
It's like a black and silver, I believe.
A good looking ride tonight out of that 63.
I'm wondering if that's actually the right paint scheme.
That's a good thought.
It looks like it might be. It might be just a different variation. I was looking at what he posted in the Discord channel there, and it just looks a little bit different, but no big deal. Nice ride nonetheless. Taylor Butcher Benjamin out on the track right now. And I'd like to point out that the number 92 of Blake Decker managed to snag the pole off of Chris Carroll by the 1,000th.
Something else worth mentioning right now is the last week's winner, Dalton Kilroy, in that 41. He is yet to take a lap.
We're looking at the number 6 of Derek Paulson right here out of MF Racing Designs, Michael Falk Racing Designs. Make sure you go give him a like on Facebook. Get yourself a awesome paint scheme.
I don't know if it's showing up on you, but I think Derek's actually doing a little blinking tonight.
Yeah, looks like he's having a little bit of an electrical issue going on with that race car. Not sure what's going on with that. Hopefully you can get that managed out before race time. Corey Sherman on the racetrack right now. Fastest overall in practice. Looks like he's sitting 11th right now with a 30.44. Decides to shut it down going into turn 1.
My pick, Trevor Harmon's actually out on track too. Right now he's showing 14th, still going, just across the line again. See what he brings up here.
Looks like Trevor's going to be 15th fastest with a 30.48. 15th fastest for the number 29. Got True Sim Productions all over that race car, Terry. I like it.
Yeah, I seen that. That does look pretty cool. And if I'm not mistaken, I think the 07 of Dakota Todd, which he is out on track, he's got himself a white TSP there, Sam.
He does. He's driving a Ford Mustang. True Sim Productions all over that race car. Puts it top of the board as we're watching him. 30.31 for the 07 of Dakota Todd.
I'm wondering how much his track actually changed from practice to now. With we've got names up there, it wasn't there, and we got names on the bottom that was up top.
So we're watching Bruce Pearson here take his qualifying run. He's going to come out of turn 4 across the line. Looks like he's going to be sitting 27th right now, Terry. 27th for the number 19.
I know it says 19 on the top of his car, but if you look at the door in a certain way, it looks like an 18. So if I get that wrong tonight, I do apologize to everybody. Dalton Kilroy finally took a lap. He's sitting in 10th in that 41.
Going down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4 for that number 41. Across the line. Fourth quickest for the number 41 of Dalton Kilroy with a 30.34. 30.34 for Dalton Kilroy.
Sam, I think the only one that has not taken a lap so far, but he's out on track now, is Ty Morosco in that number 1 car.
Well, we were talking to him before the race. Terry, Brian Dees is out on track right now in that number 17. Sitting 7th fastest on the board right now.
Ty Morosco in that number 1 jumped up to the 19th spot. Got one more. Oh, as he hits the wall. I guess the second lap ain't going to count. And
So
we know
like
what we call him.
Looks like he might have got a little loose going into turn 1. Had to chase it up the racetrack. Got into the outside wall. It's going to ruin the number 1's qualifying run here. He's going to be sitting 19th, as Terry said, 19th on the starting grid.
Sam, I'm going to run down and talk to the drivers real quick. As everyone can see, the 12 of Mark Arthur is not on track tonight. He's been on vacation and still doing that honeydew list. So I'm going to go here and talk to the drivers real quick. I'll be right back.
All righty. We got only a few seconds left here in qualifying. Again, the MF front row award goes to Dakota Todd and Blake Decker, 1 and 2. Having a little technical difficulties here, ladies and gentlemen. I do apologize.
Getting these guys all ready to go.
All right, well, for some reason, I'm having some issues with my qualifying thing going on here, but that's all right. We'll get through it nonetheless. Dakota Todd's going to be on pole with Blake Decker to his outside. Chris Carroll's going to be starting in third, with Dalton Kilroy starting in fourth. Derek Paulson is going to be starting in fifth, with Hayden Wheeler to his outside in sixth. Brian Dees is going to be starting in seventh. Taylor Butcher Benjamin starting in eighth. Paul Ellison is going to be starting in ninth, with John Perkins to his outside starting in 10th. Jason Powell is going to be starting in 11th, with Mike Hamlin to his outside starting in 12th.
13th, Brian Zimmerman starting 28th. Brad Collins starting 14th. 15th, Corey Sherman. And the 64, Josh Rutherford starting 16th. Aaron Bacher starting 17th. Trevor Harmon 18th. Ty Morosco starting in the 19th spot. We got Brad Lawson. Go ahead, Sam.
Yeah, Brad Lawson is going to be starting in 20th. Kyle Wellman 21st. Joe Alberico 22nd. Tanner Marr 23rd. Philip Van Vliet 24th. Chris Legou 25th. Corey Rutherford 26th. Kyle Hall. Andy Poliski, Bruce Pearson, Rick Thompson, Jason Raymond, Dave Seats, Greg Moore, Fred Thompson, and Amanda Sherman round out your field tonight as the field comes around to take the green flag here at Texas for the TNA Motorsports Shop Talk 303. Green flag is in the air. We are underway. Down into turns 1 and 2. It looks like Dakota Todd got a pretty good jump there on Blake Decker. Blake is going to try and get a run on him here coming out of turns 1 and 2. Everybody single files out here except for back here in the field. They're still 2 by 2 by 2.
2 by 2 by 2 all the way back. I'm back here with the 83, the 71 of Chris Legue working underneath. Oh.
What's the matter? What's going on, Terry?
Well, I'm listening to some driver chat out there. Oh, no. Philip Van Fleet got himself a black flag because Tanner Marr may have been in the wrong lane.
Really?
Phil Van Fleet takes that 89 down to the pit lane right now to serve that black flag.
We're going to go back up near the front of the field with Derek Paulson. He is running in 8th position. Phil Van Fleet down pit road to serve his penalty. My timing and scoring is going all over the place, so I do apologize for that. But Blake Decker has managed to get around the 07 of Dakota Todd and is now your race leader in the number 92.
89 Phil Van Fleet has made his penalty stop. He is heading back out on track right now. Oh, bad break for that 89 car. We know Sam, he's going to come out in all this traffic. We know he's had problems in the past of finishing races only because they go too long sometimes and he's got to go to work.
Well, unfortunately, not the way he wanted to start off Texas, but it is a longer race, so maybe if he can manage to stick around, he'll at least be able to get his lap back if he can hold his position here for the stage caution. Looking at second place, Dakota Todd. Look, Hayden Wheeler sitting in third place with Dalton Kilroy behind him, and Brian Dees sitting in 5th place right there.
Trevor Harmon at 29 working his way around the 44 of Aaron Bach over. Also bringing with him Brad Lawson in that 63 car, along with the 87 of Kyle Hall. They're all working on that 44.
Going out of turns 3 and 4. It looks like Aaron Bockover has a little bit of a gap in front of him and behind him. Looks like the Brad Lawson and Trevor Harmon. Joshua Rutherford sitting in 18th right now. He's having a good run so far. We're 5 laps in, on lap 6 here.
And Blake Decker, man, with a heck of a gap already on that second place, Dakota Todd.
Yeah, he's got about a half a second gap right now, but it is closing. I think Dakota Todd has been saving his stuff a little bit, and I think Blake went a little bit too hard here in the first 5 laps. So we're going to have to see what happens here in the next 10. We know these Arca cars, you got to baby these tires for the first 10 laps.
Watching Hayden Wheeler. We're going to outside of that 7 car at Dakota Todd. Hayden Wheeler in that 68. This is his first race back. He's been gone for a while. He's trying to run down that leader now of Blake Decker in that 92.
Looks like he's going to clear Dakota going down into turns 3 and 4. Brian Dees trying to make a move to the outside here in 3 and 4. Going back, we're going to take a look at my pick here. The number 3 of Corey Sherman. He's up 6 spots already. He's in 9th place. Made his way inside the top 10. Looking good out there.
Driver I talked to earlier, Brian Dees, in that 17. He has made his way. He's in 4th place right now. And right behind him is a guy he and I talked about a little bit, the driver, that number 10, Taylor Butcher Benjamin, trying to run that 07 down now to get around him.
Dalton Kilroy sitting back there in 6th. We weren't sure if he was going to take a qualifying time. He's actually down 2 positions from the start of the race, so maybe playing a little fuel strategy already for Captain Save Fuel.
Might be. Looks like Jason Powell is trying to work on the back end of Chris Carroll, unless Chris Carroll passed him earlier. Chris Carroll back here in the, let's see, in 10th place right now.
Yeah, it looks like the number 15 of Mike Hamlin all over the back bumper of the number 18. They're 2 by 2 coming out of turn 4 here. All racing for the 10th, 11th, 12th, top 15 right here.
That's a gaggle of
That
cars.
is a lot of cars right there. Ooh, Jason gets a little loose through the center of 1 and 2 right there. He had to check up. And Kyle Wallman also had to check up. He's going to look to the inside going down the back straightaway here.
was watching Ty Morosco in that one. He got right up underneath that 42 of Kyle Wellman. I think a little bit more may have got him turned, as the 15 Mike Hamlin is now working on the 18 of Jason Powell.
Mike Hamlin looking to the inside here of the 42 of Kyle Wellman. And Brad Collins, someone we haven't talked about a whole lot this season. He's sitting there in the 16th position, trying to keep that position from Ty Morosco. Looks like he's going to manage to keep it here in turns 3 and 4.
That's exactly who I clicked on right before you started talking. Was that 22 of Collins? Exactly. When we did talk about him, Sam, it seems like he was having bad luck. Right now, he's already got past that 1. Now he's going to start working on that 15 of Hamlin and maybe the 18 of Powell.
Yeah, he's looking to the inside of Hamlin right here, and I don't know what's going on with that number 18, but he looks like he's out of shape to the center of the corner in 1 and 2. Maybe struggling a little bit right here for the number 18 of Jason Powell.
And back up front, Brian Dees has ran down Blake Decker.
Not only has he ran down Blake Decker, but he managed to get around Hayden Wheeler, and Taylor Butcher Benjamin managed to get around the 68 of Hayden Wheeler as well. So knocked Hayden back to 4th place. Brian Dees looking for the lead here off 2.
Dakota Todd getting a whole lot of mirror full of that 41 of Dalton Kilroe.
I want to go back to this race we saw prior with the number 22, the 15, and the 1. All these guys back here racing for position. We got Terry's pick here as well, the number 29 of Trevor Harmon. Looking to the outside of that number 1 machine going into turns 1 and 2.
And just right behind Trevor is Joshua Rutherford laying down some good time there, trying to get up, catch up that 29, maybe make a spot with him.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the number 55. We know we got a few people rooting for him out in chat. Currently sitting 11th, down 2 positions from the start of the race. Trying to get around the number 28 of Brian Zimmerman right now. But holding his own here, sitting in 11th.
Third place finisher last week, Andy Poliski in that 32 car, sitting back here in 20th. I don't know who he's trying to work around. Oh, the 87 of Kyle Hall, fairly new to the league. He's raced a few races with us, and he's out there following the 64 of Joshua Ruth.
Yeah, the 32 looking to the outside still of Kyle Hall. Maybe nowhere to go as Trevor Harmon way up the racetrack in turns 1 and 2, trying to get around the 64 of Joshua Rutherford. Racing hard back here.
Yeah, a little further back, I've got my eyes on that 76. Rick Thompson, he just a second ago, Sam, he was all over to the back of the 4 of Tanner Marr for that 24th, 25th spot back here.
So they're pretty single filed out near the rear of the field, but if we go up near to where Andy Poliski is in that number 32, he actually backed out of it. And now we got a battle between the 87 and the 29 as Poliski looks to the outside again of the number 87 going down the back straightaway.
I know we talked about a little bit ago with Powell and Hamlin, Collins. There's not much of a hornet's nest back here now, but we still got these guys up here fighting. I mean, we're at lap 18 right now. And what'd you say, Sam, on the fuel window?
I believe the fuel window is, let me check my notes here, Terry. It's 25 to 30 laps. I heard some drivers being able to go to about 30 when I was talking to him earlier in Corey's practice. So we're going to have to keep an eye out here. We're getting near that fuel window. We're 18 laps in as Brian Dees starts lap 19.
So right now, go ahead.
I was just going to say, as I mentioned before, Terry, we've seen Blake Decker kind of pull out to a little bit of a lead. However, Brian Dees managed to save his tires just a little bit more and has now gapped him by almost a full second. And now Blake Decker under pressure by the number 10.
I was going to say, during practice, these guys are running in a 78 degrees, track temp of 105. Right now, it's 76 degrees with a track temp of 84 degrees. So I don't think his track's going to get much hotter, especially when the lights start coming on and start to get a little darker.
Taylor Butcher Benjamin gets around the number 92. 92 is going to try and cross him over. Ooh, Taylor's going to actually throw a block on him going down the back straightaway. So Taylor says, no, thank you. I'm going to hang on to second place right now. Looks like Blake got a little bit of aero tight going into 3 and 4 there and lost a little bit of time to the number 10. Now going to be under pressure from the 68 of Hayden Wheeler. But don't look now, Terry's up 10 positions from the start of the race. Corey Sherman, my pick. It's up to 5th.
Yeah, I just clicked on him too, and the 33 of Perkins, which is running right behind him. Let's see what Corey Sherman has for these guys in a little bit.
Corey's setting some pretty good lap times. As you said, the number 33 of John Perkins trying to get to him, but can't get there. But running 6th, having a good run here. Number 33.
So Sam, we've seen the 92 of Decker and the 68 of Wheeler start this race. You know, they was doing good back here up front. I think Hayden Wheeler has finally found how far he can push his tires. He is actually going backwards now. Still in 4th place, but I think Corey Sherman is going to be running him down pretty quick.
I mean, that's the biggest thing with these cars. We know tires are what's going to be your key to winning a race, right? I mean, they only have 4 sets of tires sitting in the pits, so you have to manage them, and how you manage them is going to determine whether or not you win this thing. So I think Blake, like I said, I think he kind of went a little too hard in the beginning. However, he seems to be gaining back on the number 10. Maybe backed off, cooled them tires down a little bit, and trying to get a run again.
We got pit stop starting. Corey Rutherford just called out his pit.
Terry, how about you keep an eye on him and maybe see if he takes tires or not? Because I want to see who's going to take tires this first pit stop and who's not, and see what kind of strategy he's going to play out here tonight.
I'm right on him right now. We'll watch, see what he does.
We're going to go back into the field a little bit. We're take a look at the number 15 of Mike Hamlin. Little bit of a gap in front of a man behind him, but Jason Powell trying to get to his back bumper, take over that 16th position. Mike Hamlin running in 16th right now. Trevor Harmon finally got rid of that gray primer number 29, and as we said, is running True Sim Productions on that 29 Chevy. Looks awesome out there. Doing us proud. He's running 18th. Having a good run so far.
Well, Sherman, excuse me. Rutherford pulling back out on the track in that number 5. Fuel only for him.
So we see him coming down off pit road here, down the back straightaway. Something I'd like to point out, Terry, I'm not sure, but maybe the 07 either playing some tire strategy or maybe just fell back a little bit. But he has dropped down to about 7th position right now. Now under pressure, the number 55.
Yeah, I think he's, is he trying to catch Perkins and Sherman there? I mean, we've got a little over 20 laps left before we have a stage break.
I don't know, but we got 4, 5, 6 cars under a blanket right now. Corey Sherman, leader of this little pack right now. Couple Michael Falk Racing design cars there, bringing up the rear of this 6-car pack. Everybody's single file though, everybody being real cordial. Maybe they know pit stops are coming and they're just trying to ride it out right now. You don't want to be caught on the high side trying to come to pit road.
Got another one coming down pits. I'm going to go watch him. That is the driver of the 71, Chris Legue.
Looks like the 3 had a little wiggle coming off of turn 2. Almost lost 2 positions, but John Perkins going to bring it down pit side too, Terry. Oh, the 07. He's backing way off.
Driver of the 8-car man, Sherman, she also is coming down pit road. Hayden Wheeler calling out his pit. Brad Collins, Brian Zimmer. We got them all coming down, I think, Sam.
We got to keep an eye on the 07, Terry. I'm not sure if maybe that car dropped a cylinder or something, but he dropped about 5, 6 positions here. Coming down pit road now.
I think for the most part, these drivers are just doing fuel on this first stint.
I'd like to point out that Brian Dees has actually lost the lead to teammate Taylor Butcher Benjamin. Taylor's now your race leader in that number 10. Still has yet to make his first pit stop. Those green flag pit stops has started. And here they come now. Your leaders are coming down pit road.
So something I saw, Sam, out of a lot of these drivers coming down pit road, this is not a super speedway. It's only a 1.5 mile track. A lot of these guys are pitting teammates.
Derek Paulson and Dalton Kilroe decided to stay out one more time. Even Ty Morosco, it looks like, and Chris Carroll, Trevor Harmon, a bunch of guys staying out one more time here, Terry.
Greg Moore, Trevor Harmon. Oh, here comes the 41 of Kilroe and the 6 of Paulson.
Trevor
One of
Harmon
Morosco.
down pit side. Morosco down pit side. Greg Moore, I believe, is still out on the race. No, he's bringing it down pit side as well. So green flag pit stops happening right here in Texas.
So I'm sure one driver is probably looking for a caution. Is that 89 of Philip Van Fleet, running 16th at the moment.
I think Dalton Kilroe went the longest on that run, Terry. He's down pit road right now. But I believe when this cycles through, this is your race lead battle. The number 17, the 10, and the 92. Looks like everybody took fuel only there, Terry.
Yeah, that's all I'm seeing on the scoring and time. And also, as the 89 comes down, gets his car serviced, probably with just fuel, I would imagine.
So it looks like after all the pit stops cycled through, it looks like Brian D's your race leader, but Blake Decker and Taylor Butcher Benjamin fighting it out for second and third. Derek Paulson had a great pit stop, actually. He came out in fourth, and now Corey Sherman under pressure from John Perkins here.
Yeah, I think at 10, Taylor Butcher Benjamin, I believe he may try to run down Blake Decker in that 92. We seen Decker have a heck of a start and got a nice lead over that second place driver at the start of this, but all of a sudden he started dropping back and maybe just wore them tires out too much.
We had a few fans out there in chat for the 55, so we're here on board with him right now. He's sitting in 12th, only down 3 positions from where he started, working on the back bumper of that number 15 of Mike Hamlin coming out of turn number 2.
I'm riding along with Hayden Wheeler, and that's 68. Sam, I really think the first 20 or so laps that he ran those tires, I really think he hurt him bad.
That's what I'm thinking as well, Terry. I mean, he's only down 1 position from where he started the race, but we saw him as high up as almost the lead. He was racing for the lead at one point, so definitely hurting in that number 68, but he's only sitting in 7th. He's still inside the top 10. He can still make something happen here tonight.
Got a couple of drivers out there must have had a nice little close call, saying they just scared the crap out of each other.
We actually see Ty Morosco clip the apron a little bit in 3 and 4. Dakota Todd trying to look underneath of him, but can't quite get the run. Now Mike Hamlin looking to the outside of that 07 going down into 1.
Kind of looking through at our biggest movers so far. Andy Poliski sitting in 16th. He's up 13 spots. Ty Morosco running in 9th. He's up 10 spots. Well, he just dropped 10th. Dalton Kilroe, he's already down 13 spots, down in 17th place.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he might have had some issues there on pit road. He was coming out of pits right behind his teammate Derek Paulson, it looked like, when they cycled through, but has been dropping back ever since. And now I'm wondering if he's just trying to maybe make it to the stage, but I imagine he could. I imagine he could make it to the stage on fuel.
Got us a good race up front here, Sam, in second place, 92 and the 10. 92 just doing a little wiggling. I think TVV says, no, you go ahead and wiggle. I'll back out of this.
Down in turns 1 and 2. Blake's going to maintain second position. He's having a good run here tonight. Maybe he definitely prefers these 1.5 miles because he seems to run up front most of the time when we come to these tracks.
Before you clicked over, the 10 of Taylor Butcher Benjamin was right next to the 92. And like I said, 92 right there, he does it again. gets a little squirrely, and Taylor Butcher Benjamin is backed off of it.
Yeah, it looks like the number 92 might be driving that race car off of the right rear tire. And that's going to hurt him in the long run. Either that or he has already burned it off, and he's just trying to baby it to this stage caution and get some fresh tires on that number 92.
New driver Dakota Todd just worked his way around the 68 car of, I think that's a lap car, actually.
Hayden Wheeler right behind him. Ty Morosco is sitting in 10th position. Now we got a battle for the 10th position. Mike Hamlin looking to the inside of Brian Zimmerman down into turn 1. Brian Zimmerman looks like he might have missed his line there. Went way up the racetrack. He's up in those marbles.
Not a good place to spend your day, that's for sure.
No, you definitely don't want to get the tires up in those marbles. It's going to make that car a little out of control for him. It's going to take a lap or two to get the marbles cleaned off of them tires up at full speed.
Corey Sherman in that 3, don't look now, man. You got a 07 Dakota Todd on your backside trying to work on you.
Yeah, but you see the gap right there. It's about a car length here between the number 3 and the 07, and Corey dropped back to 6th position, so I'm wondering if maybe he burnt his tires up just a little bit as well. The 07 looking to his inside, going out in turns 3 and 4. Going to clear him quite easily in the center. Give 6th position over to the 07 and Dakota Todd. Bump Corey back to 7th.
And Sam, as long as nothing happens, we got about 6 laps or so before we go to caution.
Hayden Wheeler must be struggling in that number 68 because he just keeps falling backwards here. He's sitting in 12th. He's under pressure by the number 24 and the 18. Turns 3 and 4.
Taylor Butcher Benjamin just made his way around that 92 of Blake Decker. Now he's trying to run down teammate Brian Dees.
So yeah, definitely going to be a tire game here tonight. Blake's got a run here, Terry. He's got a run coming out of turn 1, or I'm sorry, turn 2, down and back straightaway. Doesn't look like he's going to do anything with it. But he got right up to the back bumper of that number 10. I think that a lot of these guys are starting to struggle with the car getting real loose.
Maybe Taylor just, saved some tires there that first 25 laps or so before he pitted. When did he last pit? Lap 29. Decker also pitted at 29. So, pretty equal tires, I would think, unless Blake has ran his just down to the cord.
Well, something I'd like to point out is Blake looks to the inside of Taylor going into 3 and 4, so they're battling for second place. But the next position is about, I'd say, almost a second or so, 2 seconds off of them. Is Derek Paulson running in 4th? But we'll keep an eye on this battle right here as Blake looks to the inside still of the number 10. Taylor managing on the outside, giving him plenty of room here. Looks like Blake's going to slide up in front of the 10. And 10's going to cross him over. Down and back straightaway into 3 and 4. Will Taylor clear him? Good battle going on here for second, Terry. They're not even racing for the lead.
No, they're not even got up to the Brian Dees yet. Not 17 yet. They still got about a second or so to go before they even catch him.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, Brian's probably loving this. He's looking in his mirror right now going, yeah, that's right. You guys just battle all you want. Blake really trying to get, big crossover move there by the number 92. That was a good move.
Another driver probably enjoying this is that 6th, Derek Paulson. He's probably back there just waiting for these guys to crash or something.
It's a good race, though. Only a couple laps left here before we get our competition caution here at Texas Motor Speedway. Number 92 of Blake Decker still on the inside of the number 10 of Taylor Butcher Benjamin. Looks like he might clear him here coming off turn 2. He got it. Down and back straightaway. Give it to Blake Decker, P2. So look at John Perkins here. He made his way up into the 6th position. Corey Sherman behind him in 7th. Ty Morosco sitting in 8th. Chris Carroll behind him. Wondering if Chris was playing a little bit of tire strategy because he's looking a little bit quicker now here on the longer run.
Just about ready to throw that yellow, Sam. We're going to see these guys bunch back up here in a little bit. Everybody's going to be coming in, getting new fuel, getting brand new tires on them cars. And we're going to see some more good-looking racing out there.
So Brian Dees is going to cross the start-finish line, and we should see the yellow here about 4 seconds afterwards. Or there it is, instantaneously. All right. So yellow flag is in the air. Your competition caution. Brian Dees managed to hold everybody off and maintain the lead up until this point. Now it's going to be a green flag race to the end.
I'm hearing out there in the columns, Blake Decker and Taylor Butcher Benjamin is just complimenting each other. The racing they just had next to each other for 5-6 laps or whatever it was.
They definitely were having a good race right there. But real quick, we have to pay the bills, Terry, as always. We got the side-by-side working this week, I'm pretty sure, so we're going to go side-by-side. You won't miss a thing. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Greatness. It's just something we made up. Somehow we've come to believe that greatness is a gift reserved for a chosen few. For prodigies. For superstars. And the rest of us can only stand by watching. You can forget that.
Well, I want to be a race car driver someday. It's a great sport. It's all I've ever known, racing.
You want a great team? You gotta build it. Piece by piece. Start with a few natural-born leaders. Then you need some old vets who've seen it all, and a few youngsters just getting started. Tough cookies who don't back down from nothing. And some pranksters to keep everyone loose. You need those strong but silent types, and a few not-so-silent types.
This is my show!
Those with chips on their shoulders and ice in their veins. And a few who do anything to win. You find a cast of characters like that, you've got yourself one hell of a team.
And we are back live here with Blazing Pedals, TRJKarting.com Arca Series here at Texas. 1 to go, pace car lights are off. 51 laps in the books, about to be 52. They're going to take the green flag on lap 53. Brian Dees, your race leader.
Something I noticed, these front runners, top 6, did not take tires.
So some interesting strategy being played. Pace car is going to duck on off. It's in the hands of Brian Dees in the restart zone. Green flag back out in the air here at Texas. Brian Dees has got a great jump here. It's something I want to do, Terry. Something we haven't done here in a while. Let's do a little crank it up.
Let's hear it.
Man, I love them cranking up cameras.
That's pretty cool, dude.
We're back live. Cranking up cameras are awesome, ladies and gentlemen. I love it.
Tell you what, watching these guys go around here, and the only one that's kind of doing anything without the tires is Andy Poliski. He's up 25 spots right now. He's in 4th place running with these guys with tires. Jason Raymond, Kyle Hall, Brian Dees, all these guys have dropped to the back with all these fresh tires running them down.
Speaking of running them down, Blake Decker, your race leader, has pressure from the number 3, Corey Sherman, looking to the outside in turns 1 and 2, going way up the racetrack. Is he going to clear him here coming off of turn number 2? No, he doesn't. We've seen these two race each other hard at Auto Club before. What are they going to do here in Texas?
Both these drivers are on fresh tires. Andy Poliski running 3rd back there behind him, and Chris Carroll, I believe, is catching up with him.
Someone we haven't really said a lot about tonight, but he's up in the top 5 right now. Battling Chris Carroll is the number 15 of Mike Hamlin. Having a good run out there. And Kyle Wellman up there in 6th place, up 15 positions from the start of the race.
Kyle Wellman at that 42 don't know where to go, so he's going to follow the 15 of Mike Hamlin right around the 24, Chris Carroll.
He's going to look to the outside of the 15 here. Coming out of turn 4, gets a little loose. but he's going to be side by side with him going down into turn 1 and 2.
Looks like he was trying to do that 2 for 1 tonight, but that did not work out for the 42 woman.
Change for the lead. Corey Sherman managed to hold off Blake Decker. Now your race leader. My pick, Terry. Out there leading this thing.
Yes, it is. Where is mine at?
Good question. He is way back there. He is running 30th right now, battling Aaron Bockover for the 29th position. Looks like Trevor Harmon was one of those people who did not take tires on that pit stop.
I'm looking at his pit. There's only 0.08. So.
Yeah, I don't know if he didn't even take fuel or what happened there. Maybe maybe he pit before the stage and had a little damage or something. So we'll have to keep an eye on him. Back up to the front of the field. Corey Sherman still your race leader. Out there setting some pretty good lap times. Hopefully managing them tires. But Blake Decker running second. Andy Poliski, great run so far. Up 26 positions from the start of this thing. Sitting in third position, trying to get to the back bumper of Blake Decker. Take over second.
That 32 car still on his original tires. I mean, he pitted last on lap 49 with everybody else. Did not take tires.
And out here making them work. Looking to the inside of the number 92 of Blake Decker right now, going into turn 1. Going to make quick work of that 92. Give second place to Andy Poliski.
That just amazes me right there, Sam. He just drove right around that 92. The 92 on the freshest set of tires of those two.
Well, he got around the 92, but can he catch the number 3 Corey Sherman now? Because Corey is also on fresh tires, so we're going to have to keep an eye on this battle for the lead here once it starts heating up. But Kyle Hall is actually up inside the top 10 now, and that number 87 having a good run out there. He's up 21 positions from the start of this race there.
Awesome run out, Kyle Hall in that 87. That's a cool looking car. I like that color.
Someone we haven't said a whole lot about tonight. He's battling his teammate right now back here for 17th place is Chris Ledoux in that number 71. Part of TNA Motorsports. And ladies and gentlemen, if you look at the bottom right-hand portion of your screen, you'll see Shop Talk live on TNA Motorsports on Facebook every Monday night. Check them out. 8 p.m. Eastern time, Terry. Tell them what you guys talk about a little bit.
We talk about anything. Mainly, we try to stick with the racing, with the race we had the night before. We'll go through the point standings. We talk about a lot of stuff, a lot of the racing. Yes, we do get on a tangent occasionally about the golf stuff we do. And some of the guys, they do that scrap mechanic. If you guys are interested in that, hit us up, man. We don't have a problem bringing you guys in for that. But it's a fun night. It's pretty much open mic. We say what's on our mind without repercussions on Blazing Pedals. So, yeah, join us on Monday nights, 8 p.m. They're over there on, where are we on? YouTube, I think, ain't we? No, Facebook. I'm sorry,
well,
Facebook.
Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube.
Yeah, so you can catch us over there on Monday nights starting 8 o'clock. And a lot of times we'll bring guests in with us, too. And Sam, while I'm sitting there talking, I'm watching the 32 of Poliski. I believe he might be just a tad bit faster than that 3.
Well, if you look at his last lap time, he was running a 31.48 to Corey Sherman's 31.50. So he is just a little bit quicker here. Catching him's one thing, but he's going to have to pass him. And we know how Corey is. He's going to put up a fight and try and maintain that race lead. Track position is going to be key here tonight.
I guarantee that 3 cars may get a little wide when that 32 catches up to him. Just happened to see Tanner Marr out of the race as manually disconnected along with Jason Raymond.
Yeah, I was actually going to point that out. I was going to show him on the broadcast here, but I wanted to point out that Tanner Marr is going to be broadcasting this Wednesday and Saturday on True Sim Productions. He's going to be doing his Crooked Line stuff, so make sure you guys check out the YouTube channel. Keep an eye on that. Also, check out our Facebook page. Make sure you follow us there. We'll be giving you all the information you need on all the leagues here on True Sim Productions.
And one thing I need to do, Sam, I forgot to do it last week, and I didn't get in trouble, Lucky. But I want to give a shout out to one Linda Thorne. Hi, Linda. Thanks for joining us. I know you usually don't get to chat, but you do watch us. Linda Thorne is Amanda Sherman's mother. Says her and her dad, her mom and dad likes to watch us. So I want to give a big shout out to them guys out there. Thanks for joining us. Get in chat. Say hi to us.
Actually riding on board right now with Amanda Sherman in that number 8. She's up 15 spots from the start of the race here. Sitting in 13th position. She said she liked Texas, Terry. She's having a good run here.
Yeah, 3 spots from 10th. Like I said, I believe she can get herself a nice top 10 tonight. And the way she's running out there, I wouldn't see a problem with that.
Well, the thing is, Terry, is you got Corey Sherman leading this thing, and we all know the TNA has what do you guys call it? The banner, right? So the highest finisher of the team gets the TNA banner, and Corey posts it on Shop Talk every Monday. But remember, I pointed this out. If you win a Blazing Pedals race, you get a gold TNA banner. So Corey Sherman out there trying to go for that gold banner, as he's actually gapped the 32 a little bit, Terry. It's now almost a second and a half back to that number 32 machine.
Well, Sam, you say it's gold, but none of us really know because none of us got one yet.
Oh, it's gold. We know it's going to happen. Got the number 92 of Blake Decker under fire here from the number 42 of Kyle Wellman. Wellman trying to get around him. He's up 17 spots from the start of the race, sitting in 4th position. Mike Hamlin in that number 15. He's holding on to that top 5. And a couple people out in chat rooting for Paul Ellison, sitting in 6th.
Watching 89, Phil Van Fleet up into 17th. It says 17th from what I'm looking at, but my other timing and scoring didn't even show him in there. But he has got his lap back. He's now running up airport positions.
Yeah, for some reason, the timing and scoring on my end is really going haywire here. I don't know what its deal is. We're still working out some kinks, apparently, but we're going to get them fixed. Nonetheless, don't you worry.
Corey Sherman now got a big old lead on Andy Poliski. Now he's at about a 1 point, almost a second and a quarter ahead of Andy Poliski. Just a little bit ago, he was under a half a second in front of him, but Poliski's tires finally gave up on him.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Terry. These guys had 4 sets in the pits, and we know that Brian Dees didn't take tires. We know Paulson, pretty much all the Michael Falk Racing Designs cars, they did not take tires. Now, they're falling back pretty far, and what they have to worry about is if Corey is going to even catch them. Because if they even get remotely close, their strategy might be a little out the window.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely going to be, because one thing you don't want is the leader to pass you.
Looking at 7th place here, Dakota Todd, and behind him, someone we haven't talked a whole lot about is the number 76 of Rick Thompson. He's up 23 spots from the start of this race, sitting in 8th position right now, having a great run.
Yeah, I tried to go down and talk to Rick Thompson at the beginning of the race, and he was not in there yet. I don't know if he even got any practices in.
Regardless, he's out there having a good run out there in 8th position. Jason Powell right behind him. Kyle Hall, he fell back to 10th, but still holding on to that 10th position. And Brian Zimmerman back here in 11th, but don't look now. Amanda Sherman, she's trying to get to the back bumper, that number 28, and take over 11th spot. She's running in 12th.
I'm watching everybody's pick out there. Paul Ellison on that 55. Dakota Todd is slowly reeling him in at 07.
Yeah, the gap keeps getting smaller and smaller. If we take a look at their last lap times, they were actually pretty even. It looks like Paul was just a little bit faster. He had a 31.84 to a 31.88. But Dakota's still trying to run him down. Both are taking interesting lines to the corner. I noticed Dakota's taking a little bit lower of a line, whereas Paul's kind of running a little bit higher. As I say that, Dakota gets a run down the back straightaway. Going down into turns 3 and 4. It looks like Paul's just going to kind of let him have it. He's going to slot back down in. Give 5th place over to Dakota Todd.
Gentleman racing right there. I mean, Ellison knew he was just a little bit slower, moved out of the way, just let him go by. Now he's going to race him. Got guys calling out pits. 42 Kyle Wellman just called out his pit. The 18's called out his pits. I guess it's that time again.
I mean, it is close. We said they could go about 25 to 30 laps on fuel. And Corey Sherman, your race leader, coming down pit road right now. So we're going to have to keep, I want to keep an eye on him. I want to see if he's going to take tires here, because I'm curious if they can take tires the rest of the way. I would assume they can't.
Also, you know, Paul Ellison, I'm sorry, Andy Poliski was running 2nd place. He also come down into the pit lane. I think they're all starting to come down within the next lap.
So looking at the number 3, fuel only for the number 3, Poliski down pit road as well. Dakota Todd, everybody down pit road right now.
I think Poliski took fuel only also.
Looks like a lot of drivers taking fuel only. Blake Decker looks like he took tires, or no, he hasn't pit yet, I'm sorry. He's in pit road right now. But so far, I'm seeing a lot of fuel only stops here, Terry.
Yeah, race leader right now, Greg Moore in front of Corey Rutherford in that number 5.
Yeah, Greg Moore's someone we really don't say a whole lot about. He's normally in the mid-pack, but he always manages to get up here and lead a few laps in a race. I see him up in the lead here. Normally during green flag pit stops, he'll stay out and get those couple of points, I believe, for leading a couple laps here.
As the 5, Rutherford, I'm sorry, and 34 Moore, 89 Van Fleet, all 3 come in at the same time.
That hands the lead over to Trevor Harmon in number 29, so Trevor Harmon in that True Sim Productions number 29 out there leading the lap for us.
Well, Trevor might be thinking about pitting here because last pit was on 50. So he just called it out. I'm going to stick on Harmon and see what he does.
So right now, last pit stop was Chris Carroll on lap number 63. It's going to be your race leader once they get around Trevor Harmon in the pits here. Corey Sherman trying to run him down. Andy Poliski hanging on the 4th spot right now.
29 brings her into his pits. I don't see no jacks going up under that thing. I believe this is going to be fuel only for Poliski.
Yeah, a lot of guys took fuel only there.
I'm sorry, Harmon, not Poliski. My bad.
A lot of guys took fuel only there, and we got Brian Dees on pit road right now. He's actually been on pit road for quite a while. Did something happen? Maybe a pit road violation here for the number 17, Terry.
I'm not seeing nothing where he would have got a penalty.
He has been on pit road for a solid minute right now. Ty Morosco did take tires, so the Michael Falk Racing Designs guys are on fresh rubber. As we see Dalton Kilrow trying to get around race leader Chris Carroll and Ty Morosco, both trying to get their laps back the hard way.
Something worth talking about there. The godfather himself, the Speed Mafia, Rick Thompson, shows he was in the pits for over 20 seconds. Maybe getting a little damage fixed on that 76 car.
So point out that Ty Morosco and Dalton Kilrow have made it around the race leader. They did just unlap themselves. So your first car lap down, as my timing and scoring is showing, is Brad Collins in number 22, sitting back in 26th position. As it sits right now, Chris Carroll is your race leader. He last pit on lap 63. Corey Sherman, Andy Poliski, Blake Decker, all pit lap 80-82. So we should see this 24 coming down pit road very shortly.
Yeah, I'm stuck on him right now as you're talking about it, and I just happen to look over the same thing you are. It's like, man, how can he go much further on this?
Riding on
He's
with race leader Chris Carroll. See up ahead of him, the number 41 and the number 1 of Ty Morosco and Dalton Kilrow working their way around lap car.
Right now, that 24 car is 25 laps will do a fuel run, Sam.
So we should be seeing him come down within the next, I'd say, what, 5 to 6 laps?
I would think so, but, you know, I think a lot of these guys came in right at the 20-22 mark. I mean, I could be wrong. My math ain't very good.
Well, I tell you what, we'll go ahead and take a break and we'll try and figure it out. When we come back, we'll see what happens and see who's going to maintain this race lead. So stick around, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back.
Greatness. It's just something we made up. Somehow we've come to believe that greatness is a gift reserved for a chosen few. For prodigies. For superstars. And the rest of us can only stand by watching. You can forget that.
Well, I want to be a race car driver someday. It's a great sport. It's all I've ever known, racing.
You want a great team? You gotta build it. Piece by piece. Start with a few natural-born leaders. Then you need some old vets who've seen it all, and a few youngsters just getting started. Tough cookies who don't back down from nothing, and some pranksters to keep everyone loose. You need those strong but silent types, and a few not-so-silent types.
This is my show! My show!
Those with chips on their shoulders and ice in their veins. And a few who do anything to win. You find a cast of characters like that, you've got yourself one hell of a team.
Shut up and sit down.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
And we're back live, everybody. Thanks for sticking around with us. Watching the 42 of Kyle Wellman. Still out there leading these laps around Texas at 1.5 mile track. Been a pretty good race so far, Sam. Kyle Wellman, like I said, he's out there leading some laps now, getting them points. Jason Powell, just a little over half a second behind him, as Corey Sherman fell way back. I don't know what happened to that number 3 car.
Well, I'd like to point out that the number 42 and the number 18 both pit on lap number 80, and they both elected to take 4 tires. Both of them had about a 14, 15-second pit stop there. So that's why they're running P1 and 2, taking control of this race right now. However, they're probably going to have to double send another set of tires here, so it could hurt them in the long run, because I'd like to point out that Ty Morosco has only managed to make his way up into P18. It's shown on my timing and scoring, with teammate Dalton Kilroy right behind him in 19th. And that's after them taking 4 fresh tires after this run. So that strategy, I don't think, is playing out for those MFRD boys.
No, it's not. No, now I'm watching a 92 start to work on the 3 of Corey Sherman. 92 of Decker running all so close up to the back of the 3. Going to be looking at him, trying to look underneath, but there's nowhere for him to go in that 92 car. He keeps it on the bottom.
Trying to get around that number 3. He's going to look to the bottom side of the racetrack. Corey Sherman goes way up high. Blake Decker actually only had about a 5-second pit stop there. Maybe took a little less fuel than Corey did. Side by side down the back straightaway going into turns 3 and 4. Blake's going to go ahead and clear him easily in the center of the corner coming off turn 4. So give third over to Blake Decker. Corey Sherman back to fourth. Dakota Todd out there still trying to make his way up to the front. Running in 5th. Mike Hamlin having a good run out there still, running in 6th.
Jason Powell is finally caught up to that 42, getting every bit closer. I think it's time for that for Jason Powell at 18 maybe to lead some laps and gain some points on these guys tonight.
Across the start finish line, the race leader is still the 42 Kyle Wellman. He's running an interesting line here. I noticed he's been entering really high in 1 and 2. Jason's kind of following him, but he's kind of peeking his nose out a little bit, running a little bit lower, trying to get some air to the front of that 18 machine.
Jason Powell right now sitting in 17th in our point standings. Kyle Wellman's sitting in the 20th spot right now in our point standings. So Jason doesn't really need to get around him, but he's going to.
Yeah, but again, winning you're in, right? So both of these guys want to win tonight. I mean, you got 5 drivers in the top 5. All 5 in the top 5 are racing for a spot in the playoffs here.
Yeah, they are. And, the one we talked to earlier, 17 of D's, I'm trying to find him. Why is he's showing 1 lap down, 50, almost a minute in the pits last time by. So I don't know what happened to D's.
That's what I'm saying, man. I think he might have had something going on pit road there. He was sitting in his pit stall for a while. There was no damage to that number 17, but he was just probably serving a penalty, I imagine.
Well, you can't blame us for that one.
Take a look at the number 8 of Amanda Sherman, up 15 spots from the start of the race, sitting in P13 right now for that number 8. She's having a great run out here tonight there.
Yeah, she is. Now all she got to do is beat that 3 car, and she'd be in heaven.
Speaking of the 3 car, he's actually losing another position to the 15 of Mike Hamlin. Maybe a little strategy here being played by the number 3. Maybe a little bit of fuel strategy. Because, he's letting the number 24 go by as well. Chris Carroll, I believe, is actually a lap down. And I don't think he's he is a lap down. So we might have to ride on board and listen to this number 3 car. See if he's lifting a little early, maybe clutching.
Not Chris Carroll. Oh, go ahead.
I hear him working that throttle coming out of turn 4. Let's see what he does going into turn 1 here. I don't know, Terry. Maybe the car's just not right for him. I mean, the sun has gone down. This track has tightened up.
And as I said at the beginning of the program, Sam, I hope these guys have got these cars set up to when it gets dark, because we're 105 laps into this, out of this 202 lap race, just shy of 100 laps. It's got some guys starting to call out pits. Brian Zimmerman is coming down pit road.
Someone we haven't talked a whole lot about tonight actually took tires the last time they stopped on lap 80. It's the number 63 of Brad Lawson. Out there running P4 right now, trying to run down that number 92 of Blake Decker. Chris Carroll looking to the inside of him down the back straightaway. Chris Carroll trying to run down those leaders, get his lap back the hard way.
Brad Collins also in that 22 called out his pit. He's coming down pit road. I'm going to kind of watch these two guys, see if the tires are starting to come in play. As Zimmerman, yes, does go up in the air. His car coming back down, getting that fuel in them tires, and he'll be heading out back on the track. Brad Collins coming down in his pits. Also taking tires, getting fresh tires and some full tank of fuel. Get back out there on track and see what he can do in that 22.
Back up to the front, we got Jason Powell looking to the outside of the 42, Kyle Wellman. Down the front straightaway, going down into turn one, they're side by side. Jason to the top side of the racetrack, Wellman all the way to the bottom side. Wellman's going to slide back up in front of him and maintain the race lead right now, going down the back straightaway.
Both these drivers pitting on lap 80, Sam. So they've got, 29 laps on these tires and the fuel. As the 18 is coming down the pit lane.
So pit stop's starting to happen again here. And Terry, if you want to keep an eye on that 18, see what he does. Maybe he might not take tires this go around.
We'll see what he does as he enters. Coming down, standing that right side as he cranks it hard left, gets in that pit stall. Guys running around that car. They are jacking that car up. They are putting fuel in that car, so he is getting 4 fresh tires. Full tank of fuel. That 18 will be heading back out on track here in just a second. He's down and away.
Race leader Kyle Wellman down pit road as well. That's going to give the race lead back over to Blake Decker in the 92. As you said, Brad Collins is on pit road. He's trying to get back around the race leader. And then you got Brad Lawson there, also trying to fight for the race lead, maybe get him a couple laps like tonight.
Kyle Wellman down and away. I should say down. He did not take tires. He fuel only.
So a bunch of different strategies being played out here tonight, Terry, as we see Brad Lawson bring it down on the apron coming down pit road. And then 92, Blake Decker coming down pit road.
Yeah, our fourth place runner there for a second. The 76 of Rick Thompson called out his pit. Godfather slamming on the brakes, getting that just a little sideways, staying right on his side of the track there, or pit road. Cranks it hard left into his pits. Let's see what he does. He is taking 4. I'm sorry, Sam, go ahead.
No, it just looks like he's taking 4 tires, and along with everybody else, really. I would imagine taking tires here on this stop.
That's exactly right. He did take 4 tires as he down and away, coming back out on the track.
Yeah, it looks like everybody here who was on pit road, except for a few, are taking tires. All 4 tires. Looks like Corey Sherman actually might lose a spot to the Godfather on pit road here. Andy Poliski coming out behind him.
That's as you say. Now I was clicking on the 3 car of Corey Sherman, trying to find him in my timing and scoring. I'm not. There he is. He did take tires. He was in there for a little over 14 seconds.
So right now your race leader is the number 55 of Paul Ellison. A couple of people rooting for him out in chat as he's bringing it down pit side. Brian D's right behind him. Looks like that would have handed the lead over to Philip Van Fleet, but he is coming down pit road.
Phil Van Fleet gets that thing load way down really quick. I'm surprised he didn't lock it down and slide. He was going a little fast. Hard left turn into his pit.
Well,
let's see what this. Yeah, go ahead.
No, there's something I'd like to point out. I mean, we talked about him the last time we had green flag pit stops going on. It was the number 29 of Trevor Harmon, and he's also stayed out a couple more laps than everybody else this time. Now, with it being Texas, I'm wondering if this might play into a fuel strategy. I put it out in chat, ladies and gentlemen. Fuel strategy race question mark. What do you think? Yes or no? Make sure you throw your vote in there.
As you talked about it, he actually came down pit lane, turned over that lead to Chris Carroll as he hits his pit. Let's see what he's going to do in that 29 car, Trevor Harmon. He is up in the air, taking right sides and lefts and some fuel.
Terry, I'd like to point out we got someone down in the infield care center. It looks like the 68 of Hayden Wheeler might have had some issues. We're going to go ahead and bring him up. Hayden Wheeler, driver of the number 68. Sam and Terry, you got a copy?
We sure do.
Well, we saw you down there in the infield care center, man. What happens? Did your engine blow? Like, what happened to your race car there? We kind of missed it.
I believe it was coming to lap 58. I want to say it was lap 57. I was coming out of turn 2 in the number 4 car. I watched the replay, and it doesn't seem like a racing incident. I just didn't get a higher exit than he was anticipating, and he just kind of came up into me and came across my nose and snapped his right front tie rod off when he hit the wall, and I got severe steering damage, and my car just wasn't handling. I would chalk that up to be a racing incident. That's just my personal outlook at it. I mean, no harm, no foul.
Well, it's an unfortunate night for that number 68. It's your first race back with us here in a while. Do you think you'll be able to get that machine back out on track tonight?
Probably not. I don't have the speed to even be there. I'd just be in the way, and I don't want to cause any wrecks.
All right, man.
My right front, I had a tire rub. I believe my right front was going down too.
Well, hope we can get that 68 back out on track tonight. It's unfortunate that you had those circumstances happen to you this evening, and hopefully you'll have a better race next week.
Yep, hopefully. Real quick, I would like to thank all the admins for putting on the Blazing Pedals Iracing League, Butt Kicker, MF Racing Designs, and TRJ Karting.
We'll go ahead and put you back down with your team, and hopefully we see that 68 car back out on track.
Thank you.
Driver the number 68, Hayden Wheeler. Problems tonight for him, Terry.
Yeah, I hate to see that for him. He was up there running so good at the beginning of the race. He was fast. He was up there with Decker racing. I mean, second place at one time, and now all of a sudden he's sitting in the pits with a broken car.
But if we're going back up to the front of the field here, Jason Powell has taken over the race lead from Chris Carroll. Looks like Jason, last pit on lap 109, took tires. So Jason's out there maintaining this race.
We got the caution
flag out on the track. Let's see if we can't get a replay on that. I don't know what's going on
there. Lap 121, we have us a caution, first one tonight, other than the wheel spin caution. So probably some of these guys are really looking forward to this, Sam. I mean, the ones that didn't get to take tires or just need a little bit of a break.
Yeah, it's definitely going to slow everything down, but it's also going to hand over some different strategies, too. We're going to have to see what happens with those MFRD guys, as well as Corey Sherman and Jason Powell and all these other guys. Unfortunately, I'm having issues again where I can't seem to find the caution, Terry.
Well, if you can finally go back and try to look for the 46, Fred Thompson. Fred Thompson was quick to take ownership of that.
All right, well, let's see here. Oh, yeah, we back it up here. Good call on that, Terry. He's already in the outside retaining wall. See if we can get a replay on him. So, yeah, it looks like maybe a right front tire blown on the 46 machine. Real slow up into the outside retaining wall, trying to bring it down to pit road. He's going slow enough that it brings out the yellow flag. There's, you see the lights come on for him stopped on the racetrack. So thank you again, Terry. Good call.
Yeah, waiting to see what happens here with Fred, if he's going to bring that thing back out.
All right, so it looks like we had a few people pit. Looks like we had a few people stay out. Right now I'm showing Mike Hamlin as your race leader with Blake Decker in second.
see what happens here with pit road, or you guys already come down. I'm watching something else, Sam. That's why I don't know if they hit pit road yet or not.
I believe a few drivers have come down pit road because I'm showing Jason Powell last pit on lap 121 was a fuel-only stop. A bunch of guys electing to stay out though as well.
They got, what, 9, 10, 12 laps or so on these tires. We still got plenty of time for the fuel and stuff, so I think they're all right.
Well, real quick, while we're under caution, we're going to go ahead and take a real quick commercial break. Side by side, though, you won't miss a thing. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, a real quick commercial break. We actually want to bring somebody up into the booth real quick, someone we haven't talked to in a little while. We're going to surprise him here. Driver of the number 55, Paul Ellison, and Sam and Terry up in the booth. Do you got a copy?
I sure do.
Well, hey, man, you got a couple of people out here that are rooting for you to win tonight. How's the car feeling? You think you got a shot at it?
Depends on how things play out after this pit stop. I had saved just about enough till I could have made it without taking an extra stop. But we'll see how it goes now. I think so.
Did this caution kind of mess up your guys' strategy, or did it help you, or what do you think?
In my mind, it kind of helped because I ain't got to worry about it now.
All right, man. Well, we see that you're 1 to green. We just wanted to talk to you real quick. Had a couple people out here rooting for you, so give you good luck, and we'll put you back down with the team.
All right.
He's driver the number 55, Paul Ellison. He's sitting back in 16th position right now, Terry, but says he feels good.
Yeah, he sounded pretty positive on that. Look who's back up here in second place. 92 Blake Decker, starting on the outside of the 15 of Mike Hamlin. Derek Paulson, Rick Thompson, Brad Lawson, and Corey Sherman rounds out your top 6.
And the first car to pit was, I believe, Jason Powell. Took fuel only, so everybody's still on the same tires. However, the field is going to be in the hands of Mike Hamlin in that number 15. Pace car is going to duck on off here. Down into the restart zone for the number 15. Green flag back out in the air here at Texas.
It looked like to me he wanted to take a jump, but maybe missed something there because he didn't get too far from the 92 of Decker.
He still got out in front of him, though, but Blake's going to make a good run here coming out of turn number 2. Look for the lead coming out of turn 2. But don't look now. Someone we haven't said a whole lot about tonight, Derek Paulson, sitting in 3rd.
Yeah, Corey Sherman in that number 3 working on the 76 of Rick Thompson. Looking underneath of him, and Thompson kind of closed the door on him. And right behind him is number 1 of Ty Morosco.
Ty Morosco and Dalton Kilroe actually back up into the top 10 after that different strategy being played a little bit earlier in the race. So showing them 6th and 7th right now on the board. Ty Morosco looking to the inside of Corey Sherman going down the back straightaway.
Wow, that was close.
Not going to make a move. Corey's going to hold on to that 5th position. Back up to the front of the field, though. Mike Hamlin is holding the race lead. Blake Decker can't seem to find a way around him. Derek Paulson trying to find a way around both of them.
Mike Hamlin. I mean, we don't see him up in the front like this a whole lot. He did finish, what did he do last week? I think he finished second last week. So, shouldn't say we don't talk about him a whole lot since we did in second place, but nice to see that 15 out there running like he is. As the 6, Derek Paulson working on the back of the 92 of Blake Decker.
We had a big gaggle back here near Taylor Butcher Benjamin, maybe even a little bit further back. I noticed coming off at turn number 2 there. Last time I caution flag out on the Speedway. So now the question is, who is it?
Look at Chris Carroll.
Chris Carroll. All right, let's see here. Let's go to here.
It might have been around Chris Carroll, Corey Rutherford, and Amanda Sherman, I believe.
All right, well, we got a camera on Chris here. Oh, it was Aaron Bockover, it looks like. Because it looked like Carroll went down to the grass to avoid it. So problems for the number 44 here. Let's see, coming off of turn number 4. Ooh, him and the 14 make contact. See if we can't get a better view on that. Coming out of turn number 4. Looks like Dave Seats and that number 14 up to the outside wall. Bockover is also coming up. I don't know, man. That's kind of hard to call. I don't know who to put that on, but it sent Aaron down into the infield and back up out onto the racetrack. Good avoidance by Corey Rutherford in that number 5. Chris Legou trying to avoid his teammate here also gets by. And Amanda Sherman sneaking by as well.
Sam, I'm still waiting for race control to tell me who that was. I mean, I know what you and I looked at, so
yeah, I mean, if I had to put blame on that, it looked like they kind of both moved, but it looked like when Seats came off the corner, he kind of came down. If you watch the lines there, it looked like Aaron kind of held his line when they came out of the corner. But, you know, hey, we only looked at it at a couple different angles, so we'll have to see what race control says.
Well, at starting this race control said if the blame is not taken with the 2 to go, it will be looked at the end of the race by the admin team, and somebody will be starting in the pits next week. And speaking of next week, we head to the Pocono for 90 laps. And Sam, after tonight, buddy, we ain't got but 3 more races and we start the playoffs.
Greatness, it's just something we made up. Somehow we've come to believe that greatness is a gift reserved for a chosen few, for prodigies, for superstars, and the rest of us can only stand by watching. You can forget that.
Car driver someday. It's a great sport. It's all I've ever known, racing.
You want a great team? You gotta build it. Piece by piece. Start with a few natural-born leaders. Then you need some old vets who've seen it all, and a few youngsters just getting started. Tough cookies who don't back down from nothing. And some pranksters to keep everyone loose. You need those strong but silent types. And a few not-so-silent types.
This is my show!
Those with chips on their shoulders and ice in their veins. And a few who do anything to win. You find a cast of characters like that, you've got yourself one hell of a team.
All right, we're back live, ladies and gentlemen. Apologies for that. Had a little hiccup with the computer. You know how computers are, how it can be a little finicky at times, but we managed to get back into the race here right before these drivers went green. Took a little break. Got paid by the sponsors a little bit. Get their names out there as always.
I was wondering why New wouldn't answer me. I was there talking to myself this whole doggone time, buddy.
I apologize. Everything kind of froze on me. Field in the hands of Mike Hamlin. Green flag. Back out in the air here at Texas.
That time Hamlin in that 15 got a heck of a jump on that 92 and Blake Decker. Again, 6 of Paulson looking at 92 at Decker. And right behind him is Rick Thompson in that 76. Just kind of like looked like the last caution we had.
Apologies for the white cars on screen, ladies and gentlemen. It's just the paint scheme's loading back in. I had to reload back into the sim. It crashed on me. So they will reload and we'll be back ready to go in no time. Mike Hamlin's still your race leader, though. Blake Decker running in second. Derek Paulson has found his way up to third with Ty Morosco. It's kind of hard to tell them apart. Those blues are a little too similar. You got Ty Morosco in the light blue and Dalton Kilrow in the dark blue.
That daggone Michael Falk Racing Design. Looks like, who was that? Paulson got around the Decker for second place there. 76 looking, ran up hard on the one of Ty Morosco, along with Dalton Kilrow to 41, kind of followed him up through there. As the one looking on the inside of the 92 of Decker.
Down into turns 3 and 4, the one's trying to make a move here. Blake's going to pinch him down to the bottom of the racetrack, trying not to give up that spot. Ty can't clear him coming off the 4. They're going to be side by side across start finish line, but give the position to Ty Morosco right now, running in third.
Back here in 7th place or 6th place, 7th place, 32, Vandy Poliski. He is driving that car hard, working his way around the 76 of Rick Thompson.
Another driver last pit on lap 111 and took tires. He's going to make quick work of the number 76 here in turns 3 and 4. Move him up into 6th position. Rick Thompson falls back to 7th. However, both drivers up 23 and 24 spots.
But Sam, your pick, Corey Sherman in that number 3. He's back here in that 8th spot, maybe just riding along, biding his time.
Yeah, but he's under fire right now from the 07 of Dakota Todd. Haven't said a whole lot about our pole sitter tonight. Sitting back there in the 9th position. We got a battle going on here between Decker and Poliski. I believe you were going to say the same thing.
I absolutely was, and that was kind of cool watching Poliski kind of start to pass him on the outside of this track.
Yeah, that 32 is making moves.
I thought Thompson was going to follow Poliski through there as the 07's looking underneath the 3 of Sherman.
We got a battle for the lead, Terry. Derek Paulson looking to the inside of Mike Hamlin in 3 and 4. He's going to clear him, give race lead over to Derek Paulson.
He can hold it down. Yep, he held it down there. I was going to say, if he can hold it down there, it'll be nice for him. He wouldn't have to slide up, get pushed up there.
So your new race leader is the number 6, Derek Paulson, putting Mike Hamlin back into 2nd, but Ty Morosco trying to run him down here. Looking to the inside, going down the back straightaway. He's got to run here. Down into turns 3 and 4. The one's going to go to the bottom side of the racetrack. Trying to get around that number 15, but Mike Hamlin's battling hard on that high side.
And as those two, Hamlin and Morosco, fight it out down there for that 2nd spot, that's giving Paulson all that time to walk away from these guys. As the 41 just biding his time back there behind the 1. Dalton Kilrow now looking at the 15, maybe going to do something here, going down into 3 and 4.
No, but the 15's going to look to the inside of the 1. Can't get there. Dalton's going to slot behind the 15. Put Dalton in 4th position. Last week's race winner was Dalton Kilrow at Watkins Glen. As Terry said, we go to Pocono next week. Same time here on True Sim Productions, 7:45 p.m. Eastern Time for Blazing Pedals every Sunday night. Some of the best racing you'll see on a Sunday night.
And that will be a 90-lap race at the Tricky Triangle. As the 41 gets underneath the 15 of Hamlin, trying to get that spot away from him.
We got a big gaggle of cars back here with Blake Decker, Dakota Todd, Corey Sherman, Taylor Butcher, Benjamin, Paul Ellison. All these guys back here. They kind of single filed out, but we're 2 by 2 there for a little while.
Michael Falk, you ought to be in heaven right now. 3 of your cars running 1, 2, 3. Derek Paulson, that 6. Tom Roscoe in a 1. Dalton Kilroe in that 41. 1, 2, 3 is the way they go.
A great run for the MFRD camp out here tonight.
I'm just wondering, is Hamlin maybe saving tires for a little bit, which I wouldn't see why he would need to now?
I'm not sure because he kind of put up a little bit of a fight there on the 1, so I think he's trying to maintain track position right now for the next set of green flag pit stops. One of the drivers that last pit on 111 was the 15 of Mike Hamlin, and everybody else pretty much 121, 121, they all pit on lap 121, fuel only, aside from basically your top 8 last pit on 111.
Somebody's name I don't even think we said tonight, the number 83, Joe Albarico. I just seen him light up that he was pitting in, but I don't see him coming in. I might have been a late one. But he's the second car 1 lap down. The first car 1 lap down would be the 71, Chris Legue, sitting in that 71 trying to run down these guys and maybe get a lap back before the end of this race.
Go back to 9th position, you got Taylor Butcher Benjamin having a good run. Holding P10 is Paul Ellison. Someone we mentioned a little bit earlier tonight was the 33 of John Perkins. He's also having a pretty decent run here tonight in 11th. My pick, Corey Sherman, bringing it down pit side, Terry. Same with Mike Hamlin, down pit side.
Yep, I'm riding along with that 3 car of Corey Sherman and see what he does.
So that's
92 calling out his pit also.
Well, now that's going to be the question. These guys are starting to short pit these race leaders. When will we see the race leaders come down pit road?
Rick Thompson calling out his pit. We're going to have a Brad Collins 22 pitting. Corey Sherman fuel only.
Interesting call by the number 3. It looked like he was kind of struggling a little bit there on that last green flag run with them older tires, so you're gonna have to keep an eye on him.
Watching the 89 Philip Van Fleet. Remember, he had a problem at the beginning of the race. He's up in 12th spot right now, doing an awesome job in that 89.
Trying to get around the number 14 of Dave Seats right now. Seats is actually up to P11, up 22 spots from the start of the race.
Now, we've seen Seats earlier have a little bit of problem with that 44 car Bach over. They must have worked out their differences. Seats now running in 8th place.
Now with green flag pit stops happening, 1 and 2 is Dakota Todd and Taylor Butcher Benjamin right now. Taylor trying to get a run on him here. Wondering when these guys are going to bring it down pit side. These drivers last pit on lap 121.
And the driver we just talked to, Sam Paul Ellison, in that 55, running in that 3rd spot. It's lap 121 for him. This is the last time he pitted.
So a bunch of different strategies being played out. You got the top 5, which Brian Dees managed to find his way back into the top 5, Terry, after going a lap down, having a problem early. He's sitting in P5 right now. Last pit on lap 121, took tires. So you got the top 5 last pit on 121, and then Jason Powell on 129.
Yeah, heck of a run out of D's for having them big long pit stops that he had earlier. Like you just said, up there in the top 5 now, running 5th. He is hungry for that win. As we talked to him in the beginning of the race.
Well, again, I'm winning, you're in. I mean, only a few races left before these playoffs start, Terry, and that's when things are really going to start heating up. So you want to go out and try and get a win. And right now we've only had a few repeat winners this season. But anything can happen. We had a first-time winner of Brad Lawson this season. So I think anything can happen here tonight.
Yeah, we got, Rick Thompson first time. Brad Lawson. Well, that's pretty much it. We've got Dalton Kilrow. Chris Carroll's run twice. Mark Arthur, he's only won once, though, too.
So there's still a lot of slots open, basically, to lock yourself in here tonight. Anybody could take it.
As of right now, Sam, we have 5 that are actually locked in. And as we watch I'm watching Taylor Butcher Benjamin trying to catch up to Todd in that 07.
Yeah, Taylor's been trying a couple different lines here, I've noticed the past couple of laps. He's been running a little bit lower, a little bit higher, trying to find a way around that 07, but just can't seem to make it work. Looks like the 07 might be pitting. He is.
Yeah, he just called it out. I'm going to watch him for a minute, see what he does.
I want to go back and take a look at the number 8 of Amanda Sherman, having a great run right now. Last pit on lap 129 was a fuel-only stop for that number 8. She's out there now, moved up into P8.
Todd with that long drive down pit road to get to that first box down there. Man, what a slow ride that would be. As he overshot his pit, Sam, had to back up.
Oh, he's going to lose a lot of time then on pit road. Paul Ellison bringing it down pit side right now. 3 wide coming off turn 4 between the MFRD guys.
Todd down and away. He did take tires, he did take fuel, and he is back out. But that has to back up and get back in your pit. It cost him.
Dalton Kilrow and Derek Paulson teammates racing really hard right now, going down the back straightaway. Like I said, the MFRD guys were 3 wide coming off turn 4. We barely caught it. They think this is for the race lead right now, and Derek not giving it up.
Yeah, but right back there behind him is a teammate of Ty Morosco in that number 1 car also.
Looks like Derek's going to prevail, and Dalton's going to back off, slot back in line. And Ty Morosco there, just kind of watching these guys. Ty Morosco also looking for a first-time win here in BPL. Right now, your race leader is the number 17 of Brian Dees, also out of MFRD. Last pit on lap 121, he took tires. But remember, he had some kind of problem on pit road there. He's on pit road for about 50 seconds. Now back out there leading this thing again.
His last pit was a 121, Sam. He's going to have to be bringing that car in sooner or later. And I hope it's not later, because that may hurt him. And I mean running out of fuel.
Well, the question is, will it hurt him or will it help him? Again, we don't know if these guys have to play fuel strategy right now. There's a bunch of different strategies going on. Everybody, you got guys who've last pit on lap 147. You got guys who've last pit on lap 129. So a bunch of stuff going on right now.
Yeah, Rick Thompson just worked his way around the 17 car, but Thompson probably just got his lap back because Dees has not pitted yet. See Mark Arthur out there checking in chat. Hey, Mark. Yeah, Mark, the setup is very racy with these guys. You're missing a heck of a race, but make sure you get that stuff done for your wife.
I want to point out that the chat has been active on the vote here tonight. It's about 50-50. It's actually 50-50 for if we're going to have a fuel strategy race here this evening. Oh, look at this gaggle here of cars. Dave Seats, Joshua Rutherford, Brian Zimmerman, 4 wide. Jason Powell gets loose. They're 3 wide. Oh, almost. Oh, man, that was some tight racing right there. Dakota Todd trying to get around the 18. Dave Seats trying to get around him as well. Man, that was good.
I had to click over to that one for sure, the way your voice sounded, buddy. Yeah, that was a heck of a gaggle of cars, and everybody made it work. So great racing out of these guys, out of everybody in here tonight.
They're still racing here. We got Taylor Butcher Benjamin looking 3 wide. Oh, almost 3 wide. John Perkins 3 wide. Everybody's going 3 wide here tonight. Down into turns 3 and 4. Corey Sherman in the center of the racetrack. John Perkins got around both him and Jason Powell. Made real quick work of him. And now he's going to get around Dave Seats too.
Do they realize they still got, what, 42 laps to go?
I don't think so. I think a lot of these guys got fresh rubber, and they're out here just trying to gain track position. Which makes sense. Corey Sherman's sitting P22 right now. He's one of the only drivers who took fuel only on that stop. Interesting call.
Dave Seats calling out his pit. 14 coming down pit lane. Brian Dees, your race leader, coming down pit lane. I'm going to stay on Brian Dees, see what he does.
Say Dave Seats' last pit on lap 129 took fuel only. Surprised to see 4 fresh General tires go on that number 14 machine. That's a race lead over to Greg Moore. Back out there leading some laps, Terry.
Well, we seen him do that kind of early in the race, too. Greg Moore out there running laps, gaining points.
Trevor Harmon and Greg Moore bringing it down pit side.
Dees back out.
Well, as we said before, we were watching the battle between the MFRD guys, Derek Paulson and Dalton Kilrow, and Derek did prevail, and it's going to hand the race lead back over to him.
Brian Dees did take tires, so look forward to seeing that 17 jump back up there in front here in a little bit. I would think, as well as that 17 is running.
Hey, what, some great racing here tonight.
Trevor Harmon is 29 coming back out.
Mike Hamlin's still sitting top 5. Rick Thompson sitting P6. Dakota Todd coming across the start-finish line. He is sitting P7 right now.
We've hollered his name out a few times. Now we've got Derek Paulson out there leading the race in that number 6. Dalton Kilrow in the 41 running second. Ty Morosco in that number 1. Up 16th spot. Sam been running in third.
Sitting fourth is Blake Decker. He's been in the lead a couple of times, dropped down a couple of times, but has managed to keep that number 92 in the top 5. Mike Hamlin in that number 15 is holding on to the top 5 right now. Rick Thompson, as we said, running P6. Dakota Todd out there also having a good run this evening. First time back in Blazing Pedals. Sitting in 7th. John Perkins, we've seen him have a couple good battles tonight, but he's found that 33 inside the top 10. Sitting in 8th. Brian Zimmerman in that number 28 machine. Sitting 9th. Taylor Butcher Benjamin trying to take over 9th though from him. Paul Ellison sitting P11. Joshua Rutherford out there having a good run as well. Up 4 spots from the start of the race, sitting P12. Brian Dees, as Terry said, he last pit on lap 160, took 4 fresh tires, sitting P13. Running some good lap times too.
Yeah, he definitely is. But I've been sitting there watching times, actually, as Dalton Kilrow just passed Ty Morosco for the lead.
Looking at Brad Collins here sitting in 14th place. My pick, Corey Sherman, was leading most of this race.
Don't know what happened to Dalton there, but he come off a 4 and almost ran into the wall. That gave Ty Morosco the lead back as a 71 has just went another lap down with Chris Legu.
Outside of Ty Morosco right now.
Working to get that lap back now.
Got to get it back the hard way. We haven't talked a whole lot about him, but as you see, there he is. Chris Legu running 27th position right now.
I want to say something here real quick while we're on discussions with that 71 driver here in a couple weeks at Talladega on 9/11. Hope you all join us here. I will not be in the booth for that race. I will be on vacation, and Chris Legu will be here in here with Sam. So anybody misses his voice from last season, Chris will be in here with Sam on Talladega race.
Be a little blast from the past.
That's right.
Roscoe back up to the front of the field, which is basically right in front of Chris Legoo. Derek Paulson, he's got about 1.3 second gap to second place Ty Morosco, teammate as well. Both drivers looking for the first win this season. Ty Morosco looking for his first Blazing Pedals win.
Ty Morosco working his way around lap traffic at 14 to Dave Seats. We've seen Dave Seats up there running fairly good a little while ago. Now he just went a lap down. I don't know if you caught it, Sam, but the 41 of Dalton Kilroe, a couple times I've been watching him, he has been blinking just a little bit.
While these guys are finishing up green flag pit stops, we're going to go ahead and go side by side. You won't miss a thing. Stick around.
Shut up and sit down.
And we are back live here on True Sim Productions. Green flag pit stops underway. Brian Dees is your race leader as of right now. Paul Ellison running in second. Everybody else has come down pit road. Last pit on lap 175. 25 laps to go here at Texas Motor Speedway in the TNA Motorsports Shop Talk 303.
Don't know why it's showing it, but third place is not Jason Powell. It is actually Philip Van Vliet. But I don't know why Philip's not even showing. Oh, there he is. Now he's showing second place. Okay.
And we had Paul Ellison just duck on down pit road. So we'll have to see what he decides to do.
Brian Dees last pitted on 160, Sam. He did take tires then. I would imagine he's going to take a set here, and now he should be able to go all the way on fuel. Now, it's going to be tight for some of these other guys.
That's what I'm wondering, if they can only do about 25 to 30 laps on fuel. A lot of these guys hit. Let's see, Ty Morosco on lap of 175. That's only 25 laps to go, or about 27, so they should be able to make it from here.
One thing we're going to need to do is watch the 41. The one challenging the 17, just trying to get his lap back. As we still got some pit stops going on here with this green flag run.
Brian Dees is your race leader. As we see Derek Paulson getting his lap back right now. If I was Dees, I'd be probably pitting here pretty quickly. You just had three of your competitors get around to get the lap back, but he decides to keep it out on the racetrack.
Yeah, he's going to have to make a really good pit stop, no mess ups right here when he decides to come down.
Looking at second place, Philip Van Vliet, the Dutchman. Haven't talked a whole lot about him tonight. Must be able to finish tonight. Out there running second, having a good run right now.
I was about ready to say the same thing, because he should have been out of here about a half hour or so ago so he can go to work. So maybe he'll get to finish this race.
Brian Dees still a race leader. I keep getting that switching back and forth from Jason Powell in second, Phil Van Vliet in second, but Jason's running third. Greg Moore back there sitting in fourth. All these guys last pit on lap 160, 161. First person to pit on 175 is Ty Morosco. Had a great pit stop, got around both teammates. I tell you what, I'm sorry to walk over you there, Terry, but I think if this plays out, your new leader is going to be Ty Morosco.
Yeah, I believe you're right. Watching the three of Corey Sherman work his way around Greg Moore. Sherman, we know, has fresh tires, trying to get his lap back also. Oh, nope, he's already got his lap back. My bad. I can't believe that 17 is still out there going.
Yeah, he's playing a heck of a strategy here. I mean, I highly doubt he can make it. There's no way he can make it. That would be about, what, 42 laps on fuel?
He is pitting this time. He just called it out. I am going to stay on him and see what he does. I imagine he'll have to get tires. That was 25 laps for Brian Dees in that 17 car as he makes a long way down to that 7th pit box, get them tires and get some fuel.
Derek Paulson's catching up to Dalton Kilrow right now, and Dalton's looking to the inside of Ty. Ty's just kind of riding. It's going to be interesting to see what these guys do here. These are teammates. Dalton's locked in. Like I said, Ty's looking for his first BPL win ever. Derek's just trying to get himself locked in.
17 car down in the way. Dees brings it back out with some full fuel and tires. So we'll see what Dees can do here with this. He make it back up front, get him a win, get him locked in for this chase we're going to have in a few, 4 races.
Oh, big wiggle out of the number 1. That's going to allow Dalton Kilrow to look to the inside coming off turn 4. This will be your battle for the lead once green flag pit stops cycle on through. Ty's trying to run that outside groove, get the momentum on the high side, but can't do it. It looks like Dalton's going to clear him. No! Ty's going to get on his core panel, pull him back a little bit. Now he just can't hold on to it.
And Paulson just goes right underneath Morosco, and that's 6.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Ty's maybe playing a little bit of strategy here. You still got 15 laps to go. Maybe not burn your stuff up right now. We are watching this, ladies and gentlemen, because we do believe this will be your battle for the race lead. It's 3 MF Racing Designs cars. 1, 2, 3. Paulson looking to the inside. Not able to get there.
Well, I'm still showing Philip Van Fleet as the leader. Is that right?
Yeah, we're looking at the race lead because Philip's still got a pick.
Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure.
Jason and Greg, they all still got a pick. Yeah, Philip Van Vliet is your race leader right now. Per timing and scoring as Jason Powell comes down pit road. That'll hand second over to Greg Moore. So Greg and Philip are still the last 2 to pit. Maybe hoping for a late race caution here. Is Derek looking underneath the 41? Catching not lap traffic, but second place of Greg Moore. Greg's going to get in the way a little bit here. Maybe hold Dalton up. Derek's going to get a run. Oh, man, that was close.
Yeah, it was. See what happens if Ty gets around him.
So everybody else has pit as of right now. They got around the 34 legitimately. So right now your race leader is Derek Paulson and that number 6, Dalton Kilroy, all over his back bumper though.
And showing right now, Sam, we have 19 drivers on the lead lap. These guys, we ain't got but a handful. It's only 1 lap down.
Trevor Harmon, big wiggle coming out of 4, almost contact with him in the 41. Dalton had to check up a little bit there. That's going to allow Paulson to pull away just a little bit. 11 laps to go.
Jason Powell's now finally called out his pit. Nope, he did that. Chris Carroll just hollered out, said he was saving fuel, showing his hand to these guys.
Right now, I want to point out that Aaron Bockover running in P15 right in front of Corey Sherman. This is for the TNA banner.
I'm sure we'll get a nice race out of those 2.
We'll get a nice race out of those 2, but we also got a good race up front. This time Roscoe has kind of fell off a little bit. 10 laps to go, coming in 9 to go this time.
As we start working on lap traffic with Derek Paulson.
He's trying to get around that number 24, Chris Carroll. He's going to go to the top side of the racetrack here in turns 1 and 2. Dalton's going to try and follow him here.
Derek Paulson right now is in 8th place in our points battle. I mean, he's pretty much locked in, but a win tonight would guarantee a lock in.
As you can see, Tom Morosco has fell back. He's almost that's about a 1.5 seconds from his teammate, the leader, Derek Paulson. And all the way back here is Blake Decker, about 5 seconds off race leader right now, sitting in 4th. Battling with Dakota Todd there in the 07.
Watching Mike Hanlon trying to catch up to that 10 of Taylor Butcher Benjamin. Yeah, got a long way to go lap-wise, but even further way it looks between the 2 cars for him to even catch Taylor.
Back up to the front. Derek is actually pulled on Dalton. Riding on board with him right here. Trying to get around the lap car. Jason Powell right now.
Good move out of Jason Powell.
Yeah, Jason just got ahead and let him by. Six laps to go this time by. Derek's just pulling on him. Now he's just praying for no caution.
Next car for Paulson to grab will be the 44 of Aaron Bockover.
Coming out of turn number 4, Derek Paulson, driver number 6, is going to see 5 fingers in the air from the flagman. 5 laps to go for Derek Paulson.
And Sam, he just keeps pulling away from that 41 of Dalton Kilroe.
Corey Rutherford actually looking to the inside of Dalton down the backstretch there.
Amanda Sherman calling out some drivers, just telling them to chill out. I think it's Dakota Todd in that 07 and Blake Decker in that 92. She says, take it easy, guys. I want a caution. Oh, what? Yeah. She said she wants a caution, but not this way.
Derek Paulson's catching the 44 of Aaron Block over. Corey Sherman managed to get around his teammates, and right now Corey Sherman holding the TNA banner. 3 laps to go, though, this time for Derek Paulson.
Sam, we got Brian Deason at 17 trying to get around the 29, and then he's running right behind the 10 of Taylor Butcher Benjamin, trying to get that place, maybe get him a podium. As he looks underneath the 10, going down the backstretch.
Flagman popsicle sticks in the air. 2 laps to go this time for Derek Paulson.
Brian Dees did make it around. Taylor Butcher Benjamin put Brian Dees in 3rd place.
I got Brian Dees in 6th place, Terry.
Oh, yeah, you do, because I didn't scroll all the way. My bad.
Not a problem as Derek Paulson coming out of turn number 4. White flag this time by, presented by Priority Auto.
Derek Paulson was still over a second lead over Dalton Kilroe. Kilroe just keeps going backwards. Ty Morosco not too far back from him.
He had to put up a fight all night long. Had to battle both of his teammates, fighting for a win here tonight at Texas. But coming out of turn number 4, it's going to be Derek Paulson in the number 6 MF Racing Designs Ford Mustang taking home the win here at Texas.
As we know, that locks Derek Paulson in for the chase.
Would you say that number 6 is a little excited? He doesn't know where he wants to burn it down at. There he goes.
There he goes. Let's see where he's going to tear these tires up at.
That's going to lock Derek Paulson into the playoffs. He's going to burn it down the front stretch. A good night for Michael Falk Racing Designs. Top 3. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, post-race interviews.
All right, we're back live here after Dalton Kilroe, Derek Paulson, Ty Morosco. That is your top three, but not in that order. Right now, we have third place winner, Ty Morosco. Sam and Terry in the booth, you got us.
I got you guys.
Ty Morosco, Mr. No Practice himself. Buddy, heck of a race out there tonight. First off, I want to know how the setup felt.
Setup felt great. It did get a little tight middle, a little tight in the center of the corner, 1 and 2, where you had to back up the corner a little bit more. But if you back to the corner enough, it would hook right as soon as you get back on the throttle. Besides that, setup was great.
So typical Mark Arthur setup is all you're saying?
Yeah, typical Mark Arthur setup. You hit the throttle and that thing wants to turn.
Right. No, good deal, man. Good deal. It's third place, buddy. Awesome run out of you. I'm looking over the points. You know, we start to chase here soon. Right now, you're sitting 10th in points. Awesome run out of you tonight. I'm sure you'll get a couple spots moved up this week. But walk me through your race a little bit.
Well, qualifying didn't start too well. I qualified 19th, and just how the race was going, we stayed out. We didn't take tires until after the pit stop after the competition, yellow. So we were on older tires. We didn't fall back. We fell back to like 25th, around there, and then we pit. And after that, we just kind of sprinted to the front, and then we got a caution that really bunched everybody back up, and it helped us get out front. Had a fast MFRD number 1 Ford Mustang. As you can see, the MFRD cars were all pretty fast tonight. So, yeah, that's basically my race. I was out front, hopefully to take it. In that last stint, I got out front in front of Derek and Dalton. But Derek definitely had the fastest car tonight, and we all knew that, and he got around both of us.
Terry?
Hello?
All right, Ty. Well, it seems like we lost Terry, but who do you got to thank on that number 1?
Obviously, I thank Michael Falk, MFRD. Check out Facebook, does great paints. Yeah, I see. But good paints that he creates on the car. Got to thank TRG Karting, and Butt Kicker, Savage Edge, Cjr-Graph-x. Obviously, our new broadcasting TSP. That's pretty exciting for us. We can be able to be a Premier League on there. So, and obviously, you guys in the booth coming out, and Mark obviously creating the setups. Yeah, that's about it. We had a fast car, and so did my teammates, and I'm happy to get third.
All right, man. Well, we'll let you go celebrate that third place finish. We'll go ahead and see you next week at Pocono.
Oh, I love Pocono.
All right, man. Well, good job on third place. We'll see you next week.
Thank you. You too.
That was driver number 1.
Sorry about
Morosco. Yeah, Terry, you weren't saying nothing there.
I was pushing the wrong button.
That's all right. We're gonna go ahead and bring second place finisher Dalton Kilroe up into the booth. Dalton Kilroe, Sam and Terry, do you have a copy?
Yes, sir.
So, MFRD had a great run tonight. You brought it home P2. Saw you racing Derek pretty hard there for the win. Take me through your race, and did you think you had something for him, or do you think Derek pretty much had it sealed from the moment green flag flew?
Well, I knew. Really, all 5 of us had speed tonight, so any one of us could have been in that position. But throughout the race, Derek he had the tire wear go in his way. He had the long run speed, so I knew it was going to be tough to beat him. That's the only reason I was racing him so hard there towards the end. But yeah, I knew he was going to get around me eventually. There was nothing really holding him back, so I'm just glad I didn't wreck him. And I'm glad at Michael Falk Racing Designs, the whole team, we got a really good result, and we're able to just bring it home and have some good comebacks, because even Brian D is coming back to finish 6th after going 2 laps down with a speeding penalty earlier was monumental. So just good team result, and I love it.
Well, like you said, good team result yourself. You got the points lead, I believe, right now. So the second place finish is going to help you maintain that points lead. We go to Pocono next week. How do you feel about Pocono?
I normally end up running pretty good at Pocono. Whether it's getting lucky with some fuel strategy, like I remember the last time we went there, I think that's why I won. But no, I feel pretty good about it. You know, just something about that track just works for me. So I'm hoping to keep this run of momentum going, and hopefully a couple of these MFRD guys stay up here with me, and we get more good team results like this.
All right, man. Well, let's pay the bills. Who you got to thank on that 41?
I think Daddy-O's Barbershop. Obviously mentioned them a bunch, but MFRD, Falk, yeah, love this team that we got here. Cjr-Graph-x, Priority Auto, Savage Edge, TRJ Karting, Butt Kicker, you guys for doing the broadcast for us, and everybody that comes out and races every week and makes this league what it is.
All right, man. We'll let you guys celebrate that second place finish, and we'll see you at Pocono next week.
Thank you.
Driver the number 41, Dalton Kilrow. And Terry, I believe you're catching up right now with our race winner, Derek Paulson. You got him.
Derek, you got me?
I got you.
Hell of a win, buddy. Hell of a win. I mean, there for a little bit, looked like that 41 Dalton Kilrow was running right on your heels, and I don't know what happened to him, but you actually finished like 1.33 seconds in front of him. Awesome job out of that 6 car tonight, bud.
Yeah, actually, it was an awesome job from all MFRD tonight. Pretty good team run. Couldn't do it without those guys, that's for sure. Yeah, no, you know, patience. When they got out in front of me there at the last pit stop, you know, I didn't change the way I drove. I wasn't driving like a madman. I figured those two may race a little bit of each other, and then in the longer runs, I seem to have better speed. So it patience at the end, and I was able to maneuver my way around those two, and pretty happy with the win.
Well, definitely, but I have to tell you this out there in the chat. Mark wasn't there tonight. He's that other stuff he had to take care of, but he did say when he was running the lead that he was going to win with one GIMP arm. So you did win with one GIMP arm. How is that going?
Well, to be honest, it's sore now. This race seemed to be almost a little longer than we normally run, and yeah, I think I'm gonna go upstairs and throw some ice on it here when I get done with you guys.
All right, bud. Well, again, awesome race. You win it. You are locked in now. I mean, this has been a long time coming for you, Derek, to get a win. I mean, pretty much the whole season, the way we're looking at it now. But a win, you're in. You start to chase in a few weeks. But who you got to take on that car?
Yeah, I got to thank all the guys over at MFRD. Even Brian had an awesome race tonight, going 2 laps down and coming back, finishing 6th. That's pretty phenomenal. You know, Taylor, you know, all the guys within the top 7. I mean, that's awesome. So I got to thank those guys. I got to thank you guys up in the booth. You guys do an awesome job. Enjoy listening to you guys. I got to thank all the admins at BPL. And I got to thank was it
Find your paper.
Cjr-Graph-x, is that right? Yeah. Alright, I gotta thank those guys for helping sponsor the league. Gotta thank MFRD, Michael Falk Racing Designs for helping sponsor the league. Gotta thank Butt Kicker. Am I missing anybody, guys?
I don't think so.
Alright, well, I thanked everybody I could. And again, thank you guys for doing what you guys do.
Absolutely, bud. Well, we'll get you back down to where you was at and celebrating with the other 2 guys. Man, awesome run out of you. Congratulations. And we're going to Pocono next week, bud. Hope you're ready.
Yep. Looking forward to it.
Driver of the number 6, Derek Paulson, your race winner. And Terry, that's going to do it for us here on True Sim Productions. As you see your race results on screen right now, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to tune in tomorrow for TNA Motorsports Shop Talk at 8 p.m. Eastern. And don't forget to also tune in to True Sim Productions for Crooked Line Racing League on Wednesdays and Saturday nights. Check those guys out. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you give us a like. Make sure you dislike it if you didn't like it. Let us know. Other than that, I'm Sam Baumgarten with my co-host, Harry Foster. We'll see you next week, 7:45 p.m. Y'all have a good one.